Good afternoon, this is Neil Spate, Thurrock Dub News. As you know, I'm doing the rounds of the various memorial services taking part on Remembrance Sunday. I've just stopped off at the Thurrock RAF Association Thurrock branch, which has been the host venue this afternoon and this morning for the service in Grays. And the chairman of Thurrock RBL, Rod Oakley, is just about to say a few words of thank you, which I thought would be really nice to bring you live. So many people actually get involved and they don't always get the credit that they deserve. So we'll see what Rod's got to say. And there is the big man himself. So many heroes here.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Well, good afternoon to everybody. Can you all hear me at the back? Yes. Can you all hear me upstairs? Yes. As is tradition, it will be bestowed upon me as the branch chairman to say a few words on this prestigious occasion. First off then, a number of thanks. First then to the Mayor, James Holden, for coming along today and for doing the thing front and centre for us. Thanks very much for that. And also to our MP, Jackie Doyle-Price, and to Mark Hopshall, who were here earlier, but I think they moved on to another engagement. So I'd just like to thank them all for coming along. Sorry. Also, it is of note this year that we were going to have a Deputy Lord Lieutenant coming along to the parade. Unfortunately, he was unwell with COVID, so a wreath was laid today on his behalf by dear Pat Pavanter over here. Thank you very much indeed, Pat, for stepping up and doing the honours. Also to thank Tina Holland from Orchard Community Forum, who's not here this afternoon because she'll be down at the cafe in the park. So that's the other venue today where people could have had some refreshments after the parade. Tina actually fronts the parade for us, so there's a sort of an insurance issue along with who hosts the parade, and the Orchards Community Forum came up trumps with us at the end of COVID last year, and so we've got a great combination going forward with Orchards Community Forum. So just to look at a couple of other thanks for today then, we've got the Sutherland Pipes and Drums. And it was fantastic that we managed to get not only a band to come and play with for us, but we haven't had a band at our ceremony for at least 10 years, as I understand. Well, no, we had one about 5 years ago, but for a number of years. We managed to secure them away from Putney, so I hope you don't need to go to Putney anymore and come and do a parade with us, so that was fantastic. Also to thank Grays Town Band, and more importantly Dave Honeywell, who's the band master, who has done, to my recollection, at least 5 if not 6 bugle calls, last post and Rivali this last couple of weeks, so that's a fantastic achievement for him. And Dave, you know, does it all of his own accord, and does it, shall we say, fun-free in the main part for that, and does our funerals for us as well when we've got that. Also, the Grays Parish Choir came along and sang for us down there today as well. That was nice. And also, on the thank yous, last but not least, and to see a young gentleman in front of me on his knees, Mr. Neil Spate of Thurrock Dub News.
Thank you, Rodders.
A couple of things about membership this year. We've had some people that have been, shall we say, not available, but one in particular we lost sadly this year was one of our long-standing members, Pat Cook, who would have been, I'm sure, stood in on parade in collecting poppies in Grays pretty much every day. He was getting on in years, obviously, but it was of note about 5 years ago, I think it was, for his 90th birthday. He was trying to organise a parachute jump, but they wouldn't let him go. His family and the insurance people said no, but that's the sort of guy that Pat was. And obviously earlier on in the year we gave him a good send-off with the standard and Dave Honeywell doing the musicals. Another fellow who's I feel sick, many of you will know Ken Collins, one of our members, who's been collecting for as long as I can remember. I've been involved with the branch. Sadly, Ken is not very well at all and is in the care home, and obviously was unavailable to come to collect for us this year. But every year he'd do like 13, 15, 16,000 pounds a year on his own. But there you go, and he had his own fleet of women over at Lakeside looking after him with coffee and the like. So we want to wish Ken very, very all the best, and hopes he gets a very, very soon recovery. Also back on his feet after a bit of an illness is our Deputy Chairman, Peter Taylor. Lovely to see you back with us. Without disclosing any medical information, of course. He has been in to the cardiac centre over at Blackshots over at Basildon, and they have confirmed that he does actually have a heart. New members, obviously there's always an issue about new members. First and foremost then we've got a new member that does two things, the Poppy Appeal Organiser and our Secretary, that's Maureen here on my right hand side. Not exactly brand new, but she was here with us for the Poppy Appeal last year and decided to take it on this year. And sadly, he's decided not to do it again next year. Also, new members coming along. We've had Jack Webb, our new standard bearer. And Deputy Raffle Organiser. Jack and indeed Joe have both been through standard bearer training this last year. Not that Jo needed any training, she'd done it many, many moons ago, but was coming back to it. But they've done all of the tests and done all the final pass off parades and everything else. And Jack has again done at least 5 parades with the standard this last week, including 2 torrential pour downs in both Purfleet last Sunday and again in West Thurrock last Sunday. And we did Alsip yesterday and Turkish Corner this morning, and obviously Grays. So that's 5 in 1 week, so that's really good news. Two other new members we've got this year is Chrissy and Steve Slaney. Steve Slaney is ex-Royal Coral Signal, so we've got a lot in common. And they've done a great job this year around the Poppy Appeal, particularly with regarding to printing off the centres for the reefs. Now, we've had a little bit of an issue with the Poppy Appeal Centre over in Aylesbury. Yeah. And we ended up, for some strange reason, I don't know if I'm looking real good, with 37 Royal Marine Reefs. What would you want to do with 37 Royal Marine Reefs? So
37 Royal Marines.
So we've had to refabricate them, and Chrissy has been doing the wonders on the printing, finding a logo off the internet, printing it all off, and Reese doing the centres. Also of note this year, new member is Gary Tapsell, another branch member who is also the manager over at Impulse Leisure for the Civic Hall. And as you all know, this year we had our 100-year dinner and dance. It seems like an eon ago, but it wasn't that long ago. And Gary was phenomenal with the amount of effort that he put in with trying to get local organisations involved to come along to decorate the place for us, and the catering teams and all of that, so that's fantastic for him. Also then, we've got our new 2 people from Sea Cadets, and we've got Purdy Payne and Shelley Cameron. Thank you very much. And looking forward to the wonderful contributions that you can make again this year. Another big thank you while we're talking about the Sea Cadets is our infamous Parade Marshal, Parade Marshal, Danny Hodgson. Thanks very much indeed, sir, for all of your efforts over the last 3 months, and in particular today. And particularly all the last minute changes to plan, etc. As is always the case. And also then to Bob James, who takes a salute. Is Bob with us? No. He's got there. So he normally takes a salute for us as well. Some further things looking outside of the Royal British Legion then, a couple of people to thank then is Morrison's Community Champion, Tanya Bennett. Thank you very much for everything you do for the Royal British Legion, and there is a hamper at the front here. Another lovely contribution from you. Thank you very much indeed. Also to thank then into Lakeside for their contributions and for allowing them to have a kick-off meeting, everyone. I'm sure Maureen's going to talk about that. And then, sort of last but not least then, the Ruffin Club itself and the Jubilee for allowing us to host the meeting here. So I've just got one further thing to do, and I have a chairman's plaque which I issue every year. I just need to collect it. Most staff, my good lady was, so we just give that So obviously the chairman's plaque is awarded to the person, the chairman solely, thinks has made the most valuable contribution to the branch stuff here. And obviously this year has been quite a challenge for us all. And loads of people have contributed in their specific jobs. So it was very, very hard to think amongst all of those people that have done their job, who would be the person who's going to take it. So it was very, very hard to consider that. But then you have to consider that when you're doing two people's jobs, and you're doing a phenomenal job in both of them, there can but be only one winner. And this year it has to go to our Poppy Appeal organiser and secretary, Maureen Baker. Okay, so without further ado then, Maureen, our Poppy Appeal organiser, is going to help you with the Poppy Appeal and you can present.
Thank you, Rod. I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't need to say who I am now, but I just want to thank all my volunteers. There weren't enough of us, but I'm thinking from this year, I've had a lot of people say that we're really interested next year in volunteering, so I'm going to take their names and be in touch with them anyway, even if I'm not going to be doing this in the following year. But they've all been absolutely magnificent, and I don't know how much we've raised yet, but we're counting this week. But we had contactless machines this year, which has really, really helped, because we had one last year. I managed to get 5 this year, so every site's covered. And we're taking thousands on it. So it's really helping so much. But I'll let everybody know how much we actually raise at the end. But it will probably be week after next till we know.
Thank you.
So we'll leave the ceremony at that point because I've got to move on to another service. But it's just an insight there into how many people are involved in something like the local poppy appeal and the remembrance services that you see. I think it's important that we look at that. These things don't happen by magic. It happens because people go above and beyond and do the extra mile. So that's Neil Spate here at the RAF Association Club in Grays, and I'm sure on behalf of everybody watching, a thank you to all those people named today.